Alright you guys, sorry that ended so abruptly. Normally I like to look at my time and give you a little warning before my video ends, and didn't realize that the time was flying. So again you guys, here's my video, and I kind of looked at my old video to kind of see where I stopped because I was talking for a while. And I don't know if you could see that in my video or not, but I'm increasing now the size of my space shuttle image again, and you can see that I have some pixels that I've missed in here. Again, think of your clients, you guys. Think of you as a professional editor, and you want to make sure that you get those out. I have another one right here that you can see that I've missed. Let me drag. I believe I have some up top here as well that I missed. Alright, so going over to my GIMP now, again at the normal size here that I was looking at it, I really didn't see those pixels here or down here. That's why it's always nice to export this, get that, see that nice black background so you can see those pixels there. So I'm going to increase the size of this. I still have my eraser tool. I might have to move around a little bit and find those pixels, and there's one right there. You know what, I'm going to increase the size of my brush now, and again get rid of that pixel. So I'm going to go ahead and look at my picture again and go back down towards the bottom of it while I'm there in GIMP, and I saw that I have some right underneath this booster, if you will. So I'm going to click over into here, move around a little bit, and yes, it's maybe very hard for you to see, but there they are. I'm going to get rid of that there and get rid of this here. Again, I want to have been able to see that otherwise. Alright, and so now I'm going to decrease this. Oh, you know what? Looks like I got into there a little bit because I had this so large. So I'm going to undo that and zoom back in and try to find where I had that, and there it is. And so I'm going to change my tool to this here and probably decrease the size of this. And now get rid of that. I think I got rid of that now. So I'm going to take a look. Alright, that looks pretty good. Let me go to the top of here. And I believe it was somewhere up over here that I had some other images. Let me take a look real quick. Oh, there was one right there. That was kind of in the corner of by the booster. Let me see where I'm at there. There it is, right there. Get rid of that. And now up here, yes, there it is. If you can see that. Again, very hard to see using the transparency, but it's there. You want to get rid of all that. When I look at your images, you guys, those need to be nice and clean. So let me go ahead now. I think I have them all. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to do another File, Export As, and I'm going to just export it as that space shuttle. It's going to write right over it, and that's fine. It's a JPEG. I'm going to replace it. That's fine. I've got my colors off. I'm going to export it. And now let me close this and open up my new one and take a look at this picture. Ah, yes, I think that looks much better, you guys. I don't see any pixels around it that I might have missed. Alright, maybe your eyesight is better than mine, but it looks really nice and black. I don't see anything that I missed. So it would probably be hard to see a black pixel that you missed via the black background. So if you ever put this sprite into a game or something like that, or your application, you may see those pixels that you missed. You want to go and edit that. So alright you guys, so I have that done. I'm pretty impressed with it. I'm satisfied with it, I should say. So I'm actually going to delete this from my again, it's not the GIMP one. Don't ever get rid of the GIMP one. This is my final edit, compressed for app. I just wanted to look at that picture. But now, you guys, I'm actually going to do where I'm going to decrease the size of this a little bit to have in my app. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do an image, scale image, and I'm going to take my width down to 150 and press my enter key. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and choose scale, and it brings it down to this size. I'm going to do a File, Export As, if I can move this, Export As, and my file name is going to change here. This is where you guys, again, when you guys submit these, I will be looking for this. This is at 150, capital P, capital X, dot PNG. We want our PNG, and I'm going to choose export. It is going into our final edit compress for app. Make sure you're putting it in the right place. I am in my Space Shuttle Sprite folder. I'm in the right folder. Double check that. Make sure your save color for values from transparent pixels is turned off, and export. Now that I've done my 150, I'm going to scale this image down again. Scale image down to 100. Enter. Keeps my ratio. Scale. And do a file. Export as. And now I'm going to simply change that 150 to a 100. And export it as a PNG. Keeping this off. And last but not least, I am going to go to my image. I'm going to scale my image. I'm going to take this down to 75. Enter. Scale. File, save, and export this as. And I'm going to take this and change this from 100, you guessed it, to 75. Not 758, but 75 pics. Export it, PNG, turned off, export. Alright, so I'm actually going to close this now, and I am not going to change these things. I'm going to discard these changes because I don't want to change the actual size of my image in GIMP. So I'm going to discard those changes and close that. That way in GIMP, if I did accept those changes, guess what this would be? This would be really small, and I didn't want to do that. If I ever want to resize this again, I can. So I'm going to close that. And now I'm going to take a look at my 3 files that eventually I will be submitting. My 75 pics, my 100 pics, my 150. Let's take a look at the details a little bit. I want to go and right click up here and choose dimensions so I can see those. I want to make sure my bit rate is accurate, so I'm going to go more. I'm going to scroll down to my bit depth. Choose OK. 32. Awesome. Added that alpha channel. And let's take a look at the size of our 75 pixel. Maybe I can move this over here a little bit. My 75 pixels at 15 kilobytes. My 100's at 24 kilobytes. And my 150's at 47 kilobytes. Let me go ahead and double click this. Here's my 75 pixel image. Here's my 100 pixel image. And again, my 150. So again, you can resize those so that way they will work better in your app. I tell you what, this 75 pics is probably going to work really well for me in my app. It looks like a very cool space shuttle that I can use to fire some ammunition against things. This is going to be what I'm going to be doing, like a little Space Invader game, if you will. And so that is why we do that, so we can decrease the file size, and it's better for our users for downloading purposes and to run our apps. So that is crucial. So we will actually be submitting all 3 of these images via PNGs, so make sure they're PNGs. Make sure that you have saved them accordingly so I can easily see what is the 75, 100, and 150. I don't want to guess. You do need to have this saved appropriately with whatever the name of your sprite is, underscore 75 pics, 100 pics, 150 pics, respectively. So awesome, you guys. You guys have done a lot of hard work. I know that was stressful, I bet, for some of us, but I'm very proud of you guys doing that. But again, this is similar to what people do for images on the web, for other applications and stuff like that. You don't need those huge files. Again, let's take a look. Let me, while I got you here, if you're still listening to me, I'm going to right click on this and choose Open. Let's take a look at our initial raw Space Shuttle Sprite file size. 534 kilobytes. We knocked it down to 15 kilobytes. I mean, that's compression right there, taking out a lot of pixels that we didn't need. So cool. All right, you guys, I look forward to your apps.